Hey yo, what is going on everybody? It's your boy X coming at y'all with a brand new video, and as you guys can see, we're here with another tier list. This one is going to be on the best Galaxy Opals in 2K21 Myteam, and by the best, I mean all of the Galaxy Opals, because we currently have 21. It was enough to kind of squeeze into a tier list, so we're deciding to do it. And if you guys are excited, make sure you guys smash the like button down below, as well as comment if you guys have used any of the Opals. Which one is your favorite to run in my team right now? It's kind of cool. So, also subscribe if you guys are new. We are on that road to 10K subscribers, so it would mean a lot if you guys could hit that subscribe button. And if you guys want to check out any other tier lists that we've done, the PG through the centers list, as well as the best free cards, those will be linked down in the description down below for you guys to check those out. Also, a video coming later today on some of the best budget cards that you guys can get in the game, and that'll be here later in the channel. So make sure you guys subscribe. So, first off, we're going to start in the D tier, and how I decided to merge this is I put the one worst Opal that I thought was just bottom of the barrel into D tier, and then everybody else kind of like fills out the rest. And that Opal is Bill Walton. I mean, if we're being honest, Galaxy Opal Bill Walton is easily like the worst Galaxy Opal that we have in the game. It really doesn't take too much convincing for everybody to see that that's kind of just how it goes. You know, he's not very great. I know he's an Ascension reward, and like it feels awesome to get him because he is rare and he is, you know, hard to get. But if you're looking at it, he doesn't have it. They chucked him a bunch of Hall of Fame badges, trying to make him look like he's great, but he's just kind of like a post guy that's still kind of slow, and it's just not worth it. And there's, I think, 2 cards in the C tier that we're going to see very soon that do exactly what Bill Walton does, but better. So there's no really reason to use Walton. So it's a little bit tough. Sorry, Bill Walton, but it's just kind of, it is how it is. There's got to be a worst. Starting off next in the C tier is Galaxy Opal Bill Russell. Now, I think Bill Russell, as well as the card next that's going to be coming on here, are great because obviously they are Opals that play back to the basket. And if that's kind of your niche, they are amazing for that. But if you have to look at it in the grand scheme of things, you know, not having a great three-point shot is a little bit tough. But the great thing about this Bill Russell is he's going to be able to guard some of the cheesier cards in the entire game, like the new Giannis people are running at center. But if I had to say, I probably would pick up the new Giannis at center over this Bill Russell. It's just kind of how it is. Bill is kind of meant to be that all defense and finishing kind of big man, and that's really about it. It's great that he's stupid quick. He has downhill and quick first step, which is awesome. But he can kind of shoot it a little bit, but he only has shot 17, which is one of the worst jumpers in the entire game. It's a little bit tough. Now, I love Bill Russell cards. I think they're amazing. And I actually quite liked the diamond this year, but yeah, it's still on the lower end. And same thing goes with Wilt Chamberlain, who basically is just like a Bill Russell that you went ahead and changed some of the stats on just a little bit. Like, they are very close to being the exact same card. Like, very, very close to being the exact same card. The one, or I guess few key differences is that Bill Russell's a little bit better of a defender, and Wilt Chamberlain is a little bit better of a finisher. They both can kind of shoot, and then everything else is kind of like the exact same, including their jumpers, which are set 17. If I had to pick which one I like better, it definitely would be Bill Russell, but they're both, I think, down in the C tier. And last in the C tier, we do have the Opal Fred VanVleet. Now, I'm torn on how I feel about this Fred VanVleet card because, like, yeah, it was cool that we got one, but if you think about it, we got a Opal Fred VanVleet before we got a Opal Michael Jordan and Opal Giannis, like things like that. So it's a little bit annoying to have. But the thing about Fred VanVleet is he is cool. He does have, you know, Hall of Fame range, quick first step, and even clamps, which is awesome. But we have an Opal who has a 65 driving dunk, which is at this point, I mean, it's terrible, man. It's just not great, especially when we got a Lonzo card like the day after, who does everything this Fred VanVleet does, just a little bit better, which is tough. I mean, VanVleet's cool, and that's not to say that he's a bad card by any means, because he can still be amazing, and you can still really kill it with him, because the Giannis jumper actually is pretty solid on this Freddy card. But he's a 6'1" PG, and in the grand scheme of things, I think Fred VanVleet definitely is starting to, not even starting, he is down at the bottom when it comes to, you know, Opals in the game, which is kind of tough. Now, starting off the B tier, we have where it started to get really hard in the list. B and A tier, I feel like really hard to kind of pick who I wanted, and I'll kind of give you my reasonings between the two as we get on. But B tier, we do have Chris Webber, and I think Chris Webber is obviously a amazing card, but being the first Opal, I think that we got out of most of these. We got, I think, Opal, Chris Webber before we got a few of the other Opals. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. Obviously, other than like Elgin Baylor, who I think I completely forgot to put on his list. So I'll add Elgin at the end. I forgot to put him on, but we'll put him at the end. And now Chris Webber is amazing because he is obviously a amazing power forward with a bunch of good, Hall of Fame badges. But I think the thing that's tough about this Webber is that they gave him a lot of badges, especially in like the defensive rebounding area, but they really didn't boost up his defense that much, and that's where it kind of started hurting me. And he doesn't come with deep threes or like post risers, things like that. And when we're getting up in here to the Opals, I feel like I kind of want those badges to already be on. Those are two badges I just named, but also ones that he is missing: downhill, ankle braces, post move lockdown, pogo stick, pick dodger, interceptor, rim protector even, which is pretty tough, especially if you're gonna be playing the power forward center. Like that is not great. But still, if you are going to use this Chris Webber, you can basically use him like a point guard, which is kind of cool, and cheats around with some nice animations with the Kemba Walker base, which is awesome, and the long athlete layup package, which is all great. This Chris Webber is cool. He's a great card, but again, I felt like B tier was more suitable because he plays great, but the defense is a little bit suspect compared to other Opals, so I couldn't put him above B. Next up is Baron Davis, and Baron Davis is basically like a Damian Lillard kind of like Curry mix, which is awesome, but he definitely is, I think, middle of the pack when it comes to Opals. 6'3" height's great. 6'5" wingspan, again, is great. The Curry slide is awesome. But if I'm not mistaken, other than Elgin Baylor, Baron Davis has the lowest Hall of Fame badges when it comes to an Opal. He just doesn't have the badges to back it up on the Hall of Fame end. He does have a lot of amazing gold badges, which is cool. But the thing that a lot of people don't love about Baron is the fact that he has a 25 interior defense, which I think when he first came out wasn't a huge deal, but as we get later and later into, Opals and all that sort of stuff, it's going to mean a little bit more because, we got Alonzo Ball, and we got Giannis. Now we have Ben Simmons and Magic Johnson who are going to be able to pup this Baron Davis in the paint, which is a little bit tough. But on the other end of that, Baron Davis is one of the best offensive cards that you could use. He has the normal leaner, which is absolutely amazing, and the Damian Lillard jump shot is godly. Also, the Pro 2 size up for the Curry slide, which is awesome. Now, yeah, he's just a great card in general. I love this Baron Davis. I think he's super fun and super cool to use. And people that play current gen, he does have Hall of Fame Showtime, which is awesome. But overall, I still think he's like middle of the pack. Next up is Galaxy Opal Rick Barry, and Rick Barry is another one of those ones that I feel like it's a little bit hard to rate at first, but then once you look at it, I feel like it kind of makes sense to put him middle of the pack as well, because Rick Barry, yes, he does have a lot of nice, Hall of Fame badges, like deep threes, difficult shot sniper, catch and shoot, pro touch, and ancillary finisher, which is awesome, but then kind of the same case as Chris Webber. We don't have a lot in our defense when it comes to stats, and then we also don't really get a lot of defensive badges, which is tough. Like the ones that we do have are pretty solid, if we're being honest, but we are missing, again, Intimidator, Interceptor, ankle braces. He's playing, the forward and doesn't have post move lockdown, which is a little bit tough. No clutch defender, no heart crusher, hot stopper, things like that. Badges that you would like to see on him. And then he also has nothing in playmaking, so no quick first step, no downhill. You have to add all those, which is a little bit tough, and also missing post risers. So that's one thing about the Rick Barry that I don't love. But with Rick Barry, he does have some nice tendencies in defense, so he still can play great. And he does have the jump shot 3 base, which is the same one as Ruby Jared Jack. If you guys haven't used the jumper, you guys know it is godly, especially on that quick release timing. It is nutty. Like, it is super nice. Plus the long athlete layup package and some nice dunking animations for Barry is going to be great. So I think he's an amazing card that can play pretty great, especially in the offensive end with that jump shot 3. But there definitely is some pullbacks, especially on defense, and the fact that he doesn't have some pretty key playmaking badges. Next up is Galaxy Opal Gary Payton, another one of the token market cards that did drop along with Bill Russell and Rick Barry. And I think the great thing about this Gary Payton, and obviously with all Gary Payton cards, is the defense. That's kind of what they preach on. And to show you a bit of a difference, he does have an 88 interior defense compared to Baron Davis's 25, which is the lowest stat. But what the only thing that hurts this Gary Payton is the fact that he just doesn't have a lot of the shooting badges in there. Like, he's missing blinders, circus threes, deadeye, deep threes, green machine, things like that, sniper, all badges that are amazing. Everything else, I feel like he kind of has. The only other badge that maybe I'd add to him outside of that would be, posterizer. Pretty nice badge to have, which is pretty solid. But, he has nice 95 speeds. He has amazing defense. He has a good driving dunk. He's got a good shot three. They changed up his jumper to be the John Wall jumper on quick. Only John Wall card on quick, which is awesome. And the long athlete layup package with some great dunking. Overall, this GP is definitely amazing, but we had a lot of, PGs in the A tier that I felt like he just wasn't on par with. And next up, and last in the B tier, is going to be Galaxy Opal Jimmy Butler from the Flash set. A lot of these cards came out the same day, but Jimmy Butler is, again, another really great card in general. Has a lot of Hall of Fame badges, 16 of them, and is a 6'7" small forward shooting guard, which is great, with a 6'8" wingspan. And he does come with some pretty, clutch badges, difficult shots, catch and shoot, quick first step, intimidator, downhill, sniper, all of which are amazing. And has, obviously, quick first step. Like, that is amazing. Like, that's what I want on my center. Also has, like, gold clamps and all that sort of stuff, which is awesome. And comes with gold deep threes as well, which, again, is cool. Again, we're missing, like, blinders, Deadeye, Hudson Hunter, some pretty key badges, which I would like, which is a little bit tough. But, he has amazing tendencies on defense, and he's going to definitely lock up. And the Curry slide with jump shot 22 is going to feel super smooth and super nice, and the long athlete layup package is great. Now, I love the Jimmy Butler, and I think he plays, again, definitely amazing, but there were other guys in the A tier and even in the S tier that I feel like were better than Jimmy Butler that I would pick at his positions instead, so I had to knock him down to the B tier. Because when we're ranking all the best Opals, very slight differences make huge, differences in the ranking. Next up, we do have Antoine Jameson in the A tier, and Antoine Jameson is just absolutely insane. Again, another Opal that we got on day one of the season. So many. Like, they chuck so many at us. Kind of wild. But Antoine Jameson is a 6'8" guy with a 7'1" wingspan, and he just has a bunch of just amazing badges. Obviously, comes with all the defensive badges that we need. Comes with quick for step and downhill, which is awesome. Bunch of shooting, gold range, difficult shots, all that sort of stuff, and some great finishing. And again, for some reason, missing posterizer. They just like to not give posterizer to a lot of these higher up cards. But the great thing about this Antoine Jameson is the fact that he just has an amazing total stat total. Basically, can do everything in the game. And the only reason he's not like top 5 in total stats is because they decided to knock some things down, like passing accuracy and passing vision and passing IQ, that would lower his overall and not make him probably a 98 Opal, just to, only have 97s out, which was interesting. But the other great thing about this Antoine Jameson is having, obviously, the Pro 1 in his dribbling moves, and the fact that the Dante Exum jump shot, for some reason, is one of the most green light jumpers you could possibly use in the game. Everybody that I've talked to with this Antoine Jameson literally can just do nothing but green with him all the time. And if you go up against him a few times, you definitely know this Antoine's got it like that. Next up is Galaxy Opal Russell Westbrook. And now I know Westbrook is not technically available yet. He's going to be available this weekend on Friday, so I decided that, you know what, we might as well. Plus, it gives us, one more Opal to have. Now, Westbrook was a little bit difficult for me to rank because, obviously, we haven't really had him in the game yet. But, looking at it, with his Hall of Fame badges, quick first step, downhill, clamps, pick dodger, volume shooter, acrobat, giant slayer, pro touch, and ancillary finisher, it really can't go wrong. Plus, deep threes, sniper, and a bunch of other good gold badges, an 86 shot three, and 92 midi, 98s in his speed, great all-around defense, amazing playmaking, and a 97 driving dunk. I feel like this Westbrook is just going to be an absolute demon. Plus, the athletic 3 leaner is amazing, and he has the Curry slide, which is going to be great. I forgot how great this Westbrook could be, or just Westbrook cards in general, if you're going against somebody who just does the barrel down to the paint cheese and literally just takes whatever they want, and this Westbrook is going to be the absolute epitome of that. Maybe not the best card, but I think with how you can abuse and cheese the game in 2K21, especially on next gen, I think this Westbrook is going to be an absolute demon. Plus, I put him above, Baron and GP, so he kind of just had to go into A. Next up is Galaxy Kevin Mchale, who I had as a step above Chris Webber, and that's why Webber went down to B, and Mchale was in A. Mchale is 6'10" with a 6'11" wingspan, so obviously a little bit taller than Webber, but does have, I think, a few more Hall of Fame badges, especially in defense, and that's kind of the big takeaway that I took, is he has a bunch of amazing defensive badges, all on Hall of Fame, defensive leader, clutch stopper, post move lockdown, rebound chaser, intimidator, all amazing, and then has catch and shoot and gold deep threes to shoot amazing. He can speed boost off rib, which is great. Only badges you need to add are posterizer and quick first step. You do that, and Mchale's going to be godly with the Trae Young base, which is one of the best in the game. And if they gave him the quick release timing, he would have been an absolute demigod. But They kind of nerfed him a little bit by only giving him a normal. But on top of that, he does have the long athlete layup package and some of the best dunking packages in the game as well, which is pretty cool. So if you were to add, Showtime onto him, it would be amazing because, it's Mchale. Mchale's an absolute beast. He's just seriously amazing. Next up is Galaxy Opal Kawhi Leonard, a card that is finally available to be received now, which is absolutely awesome. And the great thing about Kawhi is the fact that he is the only 98, I think, in the game right now, which is pretty cool. If I'm not mistaken, it could be him and LeBron. But I think it might be just him. I think it's just him, yeah. Kawhi, only Opal. But Kawhi is a 6'7" shooting guard, basically, with a 7'3" wingspan, which is awesome. And it comes with basically the best badges in the entire game. And the only reason I didn't put him up in S tier is because I felt like, again, guys that played this position, T-Mac and LeBron, were a little bit better, so they got the nod. But Kawhi Leonard is a demon. The Ray Allen jump shot base is absolutely insane. He has the Curry slide, and the Ray Allen base is on quick release timing, long athlete layup package, some amazing dunking, and has Hall of Fame showtime, so it's going to be deadly. The one thing that is a little bit tough is his moving behind the back is Pro 5, which got absolutely killed, so it's not really that great anymore. But the great thing about Kawhi is, again, in the badges, we have Hall of Fame, deep threes, and blinders, which is going to make him a next-gen demon, but because he has Hall of Fame static, he won't be as good on current gen. It's just kind of how it goes. And then Kawhi cards obviously have amazing defense. He has Hall of Fame quick first step and downhill as well. Just be that, next level killer, and I think this Kawhi is just going to be one of the most beautiful cards you could use, especially when you get him. I'm slowly working my way up. I'll have him probably by the end of the weekend if I grind. Maybe not the end of the weekend. I'll probably have him Tuesday or maybe with Friday's packs pretty easily. He's just a beast. Next up is Galaxy Opal Dwayne Wade. Again, another card that is just one of the level 40 rewards that are always insane. The Wade base is one of the best that you could possibly ask for on a card. Same with Jump Shot 98 because they're very close in how they are. But overall, it's beautiful, man. Dwayne Wade literally can dunk on everybody's head, does whatever he wants in the paint, which you gotta love. He just does whatever he wants, and then still has quick first step, Hall of Fame clamps, and some amazing defensive stats to really hold his own. The only thing that's a little bit tough is that I don't love the Pro 1 size up, but Pro 3 and his behind the back makes up for it with a long athlete layup package and some amazing dunking. Overall, I really don't have anything to complain about with this Wade card. And last but not least, into the A tier is going to be Damian Lillard, who is literally Baron Davis, just better stats and badges without the Curry slide. But I don't think it's too big of a deal because of how great this Lillard can play. On next gen, I've seen him, and he is just a demon. And last but not least, we do have the S tier, which obviously has Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis is obviously basically the best card in the game. You could argue between him, LeBron, and T-Mac all day, maybe even the new Pink Diamond Giannis, and just run around in circles. But nonetheless, Anthony Davis is still one of the best cards in the game. And at 6'10" with a money jumper, with all of the Hall of Fame badges that he has, including quick first step, it is absolutely godly. Has almost 3,000 total stats, and again, he would have it and would be a 98 overall if they gave him, passing vision and passing IQ. They knocked those down, so he was only a 97. And other than that, he's just godly. Plus, has the Giannis behind the back, which is always amazing, and a 99 contest shot and block shot tendency, which is just godly. Anthony Davis is a demon. Next up is Galaxy Opal T-Mac. I don't really think I need to explain it too much because it's, T-Mac. He's always one of the best cards in the game, and it's no different now. A 6'8" 2 guard with a 7'2" wingspan, comes with Hall of Fame deep threes, clamps, quick first step, difficult shots, sniper, deadeye, posterizer, pro touch, silly finisher, and has some of the most insane stats you could possibly ask for, some solid tendencies, and the trade break base on quick. T-Mac's always amazing. And next up is the Galaxy Opal Michael Jordan, the one that we got in the Retro 2K Volume 2, which is pretty cool. And MJ is a 6'6" guy with a 6'11" wingspan. And again, they juiced up the defense on MJ, and for some reason, he just feels like the best defender in the game on the perimeter all the time. The Pink Diamond Jordan was disgusting, and I can only imagine that this Opal Jordan is going to be even better because he comes with Hall of Fame or gold deep threes and difficult shots, which is going to be great. The MJ jump shot this year is absolutely money. It cannot be stopped. And then he has the Pro 2 Curry slide and the Pro 3 behind the back, which is the Magic Johnson behind the back, which is amazing. And then Athletic 2 for his Lena, which is also great. Jordan is just one of those guys that can never be stopped going to the basket, and now we have one that can absolutely clamp up on the perimeter and still shoot lights out, which is going to be amazing. Next up is Galaxy Opal LeBron James, another card who is just gorgeous and came out in the Inferno set, one of the best sets we've had in 2K period. And LeBron James has, I think, the most Hall of Fame badges in the entire game, and all of them are just insane. And then on top of that, he has some of the highest stat totals in the entire game, has the Curry slide and the long athlete layup package, with his LeBron James jumper being one of the best above 90 rating when it comes to green window, which you gotta love. LeBron is a demon. Next up, we have Galaxy Opal John Havlicek, who is a bit of a difference between like current and next gen. On current, he's definitely a lot better than he's on next. But if you just go and look at this Havlicek, who has 27 Hall of Fame badges on next gen, he has quick first step, tight handles, unpluckable, clamps, intimidator, deep threes, deadeye, catch and shoot, difficult shots, hot zone hunter, highlight film, acrobat, absolutely insane. And then has a jump shot 98 base with the quick release timing, the Curry slide, the long athlete layup package, and some of the best dunking animations in the entire game. On top of that, just having amazing defense all around, a 90 driving dunk, he can speed boost, 93 speeds, 95 shot 3. Like, Havlicek is a demon. Now, I don't recommend that you lock him in because LeBron and T-Mac are both like 500K, so well over $1 million that you're locking in for Havlicek, but he still is one of the better cards in the game. And last but not least, in the S tier is Galaxy Opal Hakeem Olajuwon, who is, I mean, obviously one of the best cards in the game, and it was tough for me to kind of choose whether I wanted to put him into A tier because obviously I think that he's a little bit worse than our lovely friend Anthony Davis, but I still thought that he should be in the A tier because he basically has every single thing that Anthony Davis does, just basically on the same level. It's just the animations aren't as great on Hakeem Olajuwon because if we're being honest, jump shot 70 is definitely, or jump shot 17 is just not it. But Hakeem is still amazing. He still plays in the post like a god, and he is so quick that it's unreal. Now, obviously, I said I would throw Elgin Baylor in here, so here we go. We'll throw Elgin in here and rank him based off of what he's looking like. And Elgin Baylor is obviously the oldest Opal in the game, but if we're really looking at it non-biasedly, and you actually go onto like 2KDB or whatever and do the evolution, like his stats look pretty solid, but he just has 2 Hall of Fame badges, a bunch of gold badges, doesn't have great dribbling moves at all. The Brook Lopez base is cool, but yeah, Elgin is severely outdated at this point, so I feel like he kind of just, he's got to go down in D tier with Bill Walton, which is tough because he was my first Opal, so I got to love him. But let me know what you guys think about this list down in the comment section below. If you guys have used these cards, which ones are your favorite to use? And make sure you guys subscribe if you guys are new. We are on that road to 10K subscribers. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see y'all in the next video.